my name's Kevin, and my teammate is Ryosong, and we're presenting our current status of our diabetes dashboard. And for this dashboard, our objective is to uh, show the percentage of diabetes across the nation, as well as some other risk factors, some prediction functionality, as well as the patient level information and their projected likelihood of getting diabetes. So here we in the for landing page we have mainly a map on the left and a bar graph on the right. For the map on the left, this displays the percentage of diabetes and is color coded in different shades. And yeah, and we also have the opportunity to compare different risk factor along with diabetes. So if I want to see maybe compare the percentage of obesity and the percentage of diabetes in the US, and I turn this on, you can see that for a given state, um, if it has darker shades for the stripe and then darker color for the diabetes, then there might be a relationship between the two risk factors. And we can do the same for all the different risk factors there is in the US. Um, and we selected a couple of risk factors to display. This is not a full extensive list, but it gives a good idea to what to compare when it comes to possible cause of diabetes. And here we can see that there's also a map on the right, kind of just showing the again the risk factor and how the state is going. For example, now we're comparing the risk factor for Maine versus the national mean. So the kind of purple line on is the purple line is the national mean, while the green line is the state value for that particular risk factor. And we can see that the state has a lower diabetes percentage than national average while having some higher for other category. We also have another functionality as show alert, which means that we computed a predicted diabetes percentage on each state um, using a linear regression model and taking the features such as these risk factor into account, and then we try to compute the number for each state. And if the state actual diabetes is much lower than the predicted diabetes, then we flag that as an alert because it is um, a indication that diabetes might grow in that state, and maybe it's a time to um, care for those risk factors that might contribute to diabetes. So, for example, if we look at Maine, this is an alerting state. We can see that the state diabetes percentage is actually lower than the national average, but it has definitely some category where the risk factors are higher. So that's why we flag it as a alert. And and yeah, did use a linear regression to do this to compute the predicted. And then next we have also, or this is a next step for us, and that is going to require backend using the FHIR request, pulling in data for the patient, for example, their name, their gender, and we plan to put this page more as a patient profile page, and then based on all of the information about the patient, we're going to compute a value for the likelihood of diabetes for that patient. And that is after login. And so these two are the functionality that we will implement next. And for the last step, we definitely want to mention that we're using the render application to host our backend, and we're using the um, GitHub to host our front end. And yeah, this is our current state of our project. Thanks.